What would a millionaire do if they just had to start completely over? They had zero money and they wanted to become a millionaire again. Well, that's what I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to show you exactly what I would do if I had to start completely over. I've thought about this a lot, actually, because I think it's fun. And it's not that hard, but there is stuff that you have to know and stuff that you have to do. And it's honestly, it's very exciting. So I'm excited for you. Let's get into it. So I bet there's a lot of videos on YouTube about how to get rich, and I understand that, and usually these people are selling courses. One day I'd like to as well, but in this video, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I believe I'll have an affiliate link in my description below of some books that I think you should read, but besides that, that's it. There's nothing that I'm trying to get from you. I'm really just trying to help you understand how to make money, how to become a millionaire. Now, I am by far not the richest person in the world, far from it. Some people wouldn't even consider me a millionaire, but if my family sold our assets and our business, we would be multimillionaires, but we just keep reinvesting that profit. So I'll let you decide. However, today, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do if I had to start completely over, how I would give service to my fellow man and woman, and get back to where I am now. And it's not that hard. It's very exciting, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. But before that, it's your boy, Kai Valentine here. Welcome back for another awesome video. I'm going to be showing you some awesome affirmations, stuff like that, in order to manifest much more money, as well as more so practical tips in this video. And if you're new here, become a spiritual warrior today by hitting that subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. And comment any questions you might have about the law of attraction or making money, and I will help you out and make a full video for you. So let's begin. Now, this one might be the one where most people exit the video, and if this is too much for you, I would suggest that you probably just leave, because you're never going to get where you want to be without step one. And if you've heard this before, it's, you probably heard it from someone you maybe didn't really trust a whole lot. I'm here to tell you that this is the main thing. And the main thing is the main thing of the main thing. That's an actual quote, believe it or not. I believe I messed that up though. Is mindset. You have to have the correct mindset in order to start making money. For example, when I met my girlfriend 2 years ago, she was against the rich. She did not like money. We argued often about money, because I would stand my ground, saying rich people can do more for the world than the poor. It's just true. And I also see poorness as an illness of the mind, because they don't understand. And that is why we will always have le trois états, the third state, where we have the poor on the bottom and it's the biggest chunk, and we have the rich at the top, because only a few people will have that mindset. Are there some bastard rich people? Yeah, but there's also some crappy poor people too. But I don't want to get into that, but I do want to tell you that there's one thing in common with all the rich, and that is mindset. I've talked about in past videos where I would walk up to people who had Lamborghinis and I would ask them, what is the secret to your wealth? And they never turned me down, which was funny. And I would have my girlfriend just going, oh, why is she doing this? Or, my parents or my brother. It's so embarrassing, but I still felt, it's like I was, but anyway. And they always said, they read a lot of books and they kept doing action, and they just believed that it would happen. The word belief came up a lot. So with mindset, we got to change that subconscious mindset. What are you really thinking behind the scenes? So when I say behind the scenes, we have our thought right now, right? Our conscious thought. Well, our subconscious is what tells us what we truly believe, and we will slowly start autopiloting towards that, let's say, goal. So if you have a poor subconscious, you will always remain poor. So you've heard this before, I'm sure. So you're like, Kai, well, how do I know if I have let's say a faulty subconscious? Well, if you're asking the question, it most likely means you do. And I believe to an extent we all do, and they do come up, and that's why we have to keep trying. That is the biggest thing. We have to keep trying. It will always be a struggle, which is fine. We're human. That's one of the curses of being human, I guess you could say, is we have to continue trying. We have to continue changing the temperature, meaning we're trying to stay at 72, but sometimes we're at 90 and sometimes we're at 50. We have to keep trying and keep pushing along every single day. Maybe not on vacation, but maybe even on vacation. So affirmations that you could say, and I want you to say these affirmations morning, lunch, and at night, right before bed, is I am so happy and grateful now that I am rich. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm helping millions of people around the world. That's a big one. That's one usually people don't worry about. They come to these videos worrying about themselves, but when's the last time you worried about your fellow man and woman, you know? Really, that's going to be the key to wealth right there, is helping other people. So I am so happy and grateful now that I bring entertainment to millions of people. I bring utility to millions of people. I'll leave it up to you, but say affirmations like that, and I guarantee you're going to see a change. You know, another affirmation is, I'm so happy and grateful now that God leads me to success and abundance in all areas of my life. In fact, comment that down below. I am so happy and grateful now that God guides me to success and abundance in all areas. It's very important. I'm a big believer that God holds our hand and takes us, but if we don't continuously try to reach out to him, the grasp kind of falls away, and now you're on autopilot to destruction or just poverty or mediocreness, which I believe is horrible. I can't stand it, guys. I've always been like wanting to be the best. I was pretty competitive. Luckily, I've calmed down now. But that's why people like Gary Vee stress me out, because I feel like I'm doing so much and I get so stressed out, and then Gary Vee makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. But anyway, I love Gary Vee, but it's just he stresses me out. But another thing, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on here, I've got plenty of videos. Gratitude, of course, be grateful for everything you have in your life. This will calm you down. This is the anchor. Gratitude is the anchor. It's gonna keep you calm, it's gonna keep you relaxed, and you're gonna realize that you're gonna live. And that's very important, to realize that you will always have some place to go, and be grateful for, and I'm guessing when you're watching this video, you have a roof over your head, you have internet access, obviously, you probably have a phone. Those things are so amazing, and so things you should be completely grateful for. Okay, I'm gonna move on from the gratitude. I want you to get an index card and put the affirmations that I said above onto this card. Another one I want you to put on this card is, I'm so happy and grateful now that I make over $100,000 a year. You could be so comfortable with over $100,000 a year. You don't need to say you're a billionaire. You don't need to say you're a millionaire. With over $100,000 a year, you don't understand what change that is. It's a huge change. I mean, we're talking houses, we're talking getting a house, we're talking vacations to Europe, or if you're in Europe, a vacation to America. This will change your life, and it's a more plausible idea to your subconscious, and it'll latch onto it. So write that down on the index card. The next thing you need to do is have a job. That's right, you gotta have a job. You cannot be sitting down on the couch expecting to get rich, and you are just a couch potato and you're just playing Xbox or PS4. And the new Xbox and PS5 is coming out, which is going to be awesome. But I wish I had more time to play, but I'm always hustling. But have a job. And what's the reason for this job if you're not going to get rich at it? Well, you're going to start saving money. And boy, oh boy, I bet you viewers just kind of fall off like fleas on cow. They don't want to hear this. They want to just know, what's the secret step? What is the pill that I can take to make me a millionaire right now, so girls are like me, guys will like me, I'll get a Lamborghini? I'm telling you, this is the first part. You have to start saving money. And why are we saving money? To put into a business, which we're going to talk about now, and realize that this is exciting. This is a very exciting part of your life. So get that job, be happy for it, and know it's going to help you become that millionaire, or whatever financial goal that you might have. You have to start somewhere. Read the biographies of most rich people. besides the ones who like had trust funds from their families, they always started out, stocking shelves, but they kept learning, which we're going to talk about. But the next practical step is to pick an idea. That's right. You need to pick an idea and you need to stick with that one idea. Now, if you're like me, you get multiple ideas and you don't know which is the best. Well, I'm going to help you with that. So you have an idea for a product or an idea for a business. What feels the best? What feels the best to you? Okay. And what do you think would help the most people? You help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Zig Ziglar, I believe. So, what feels great in your gut, and what do you believe would help the most people? Another thing, you want this idea to be an idea that's either never been done, which is almost impossible, which means you'll take an idea and then you'll alter it to make it different, or it is a market that is done, but it's not done well, and you can make it better, and this might take practice. So for me, I prefer products, creating a product, hiring a mechanical engineer to come up with blueprints, and then trying to source this product from China, having the Chinese manufacturers create this product for me. And of course, you make them sign a trade deal where they can't steal your secret. Well, that doesn't matter over there. But anyway, most people source from China, but you can send them a blueprint, find people on Alibaba.com and say, hey, this is the product I want. I'm not going to go too much into that, but there's so much, guys, that you could do. And I've already given you multiple examples, but at the end of this video, I'm going to give you even more things that you can do to make money. Businesses that you could start, businesses that I wish I could have started, but I have no time at the moment because I have shiny object syndrome. I just keep doing more and more businesses and I get stressed out and I end up having to quit a lot of them, but I have my main set. Okay. So what you're going to do on this idea is you're going to work on it during your free time, investing the money that you're saving from your job. And also working that job shows God that you're actually trying, you're taking steps. That's right. To become a millionaire, you have to take steps. You have to take action. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Remember, how can you help the most people? That's the most important thing. Number 4 is learn. And now, number 4 could have come before number 3, but I wanted to give you a practical step before it because everyone's going to know that you need to learn. But you need to learn, which means you need to read, and you need Audible, which is to listen. And if you don't like Audible, then just read. And if you don't like reading, just listen to books. I mostly just listen to all of mine and hit add note to chapter. I'm going to have my favorite books below. Remember, if you don't have money for books or Audible, you can go to the library. Most of these books are at the library. The first one is Think and Grow Rich, obviously, by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read it, you are making a big mistake. You have to read that. Most rich people that I've spoken to had that thing memorized. They have that book memorized for sure. The Missing Secret by Dr. Joe Vitale. I think it's one of the better books that explains the law of attraction in a practical way, a way that you're going to still feel calm and enthusiastic about the law of attraction without getting your hopes up and realizing that it takes time and it takes action. That's why I like Dr. Joe Vitale. Also, I like Dr. Joe Vitale because his courses are affordable. And that's very rare in the law of attraction genre. So his courses are affordable and I just feel good about him. It just, I don't know, he feels right. He feels right to me. The next book, and I warn you, read this with caution. For me, it caused a lot of anxiety, but that's because he's like anyway, it's Millionaire Fastlane. I forgot the guy's name, but it stressed me out because it felt like I was behind or lacking. And you're like, Kai, how can you be lacking if you have this business with your family and then you have businesses on the side? Well, this book made me feel that way, but I walked away from it learning so much. And I just realized that, I can't compare myself to this multi-millionaire. And one day I'll be up there, but I just have to realize that time is on my side and one day I will be there. So just calm down when you read this book. If you gotta put it down for a little bit because it's stressing you out, and you feel behind, do that. I completely understand. But I'm here to tell you, you're not behind. In fact, you're doing more than what most people will do. And it's honestly surprising how little people do in this world. And then they complain about not being rich. It's crazy. So those are my top 3 picks. So again, you're constantly learning. Constantly learning. The next thing I have for you are tips. Just tips on how you can become rich, what to do when you don't have any money. These are my secret tips, and I think you're going to really enjoy them, and I'm glad you stayed until the very end. So the first tip I have is to be playful. Don't take it so seriously. You know, if the business fails, well, then the business fails. You still invested your money correctly because you were trying your very best to turn an idea into something profitable. Your idea may not be the success that you wanted it to be. I've written books that just flopped, and that's hundreds of hours of work just down the drain. But I don't see it that way. I see it as experience. Now I understand how this works, and I know how this works, and I know how to make blueprints, or I know how to handle people better. I know how to lead better. I know how to manage better. And a funny thing that happens is your ideas start shifting into things you can market. And this is not a marketing video. You're going to learn about all that at the library, Audible, and buying books off Amazon. And another tip is know that failure means you're on the right path. Most people think failure as something that is just destructive and you're just done for the rest of your life. Oh, I failed at the business. I'll never do it again. I'm just going to continue stocking shelves. No, keep going. Failure means you're doing something. The people who don't fail are the people who don't do shit. So you got to keep going. In fact, when you fail, celebrate your failures, because now you know, hey, that shit don't work. Don't do it again. Right? It's like touching the stove. You won't do it a second time. So remember that failing means you're on the right track. So now here's some businesses that I wish I could have started, and anyone can start. And before I forget, one that I didn't write down was go to Goodwill, or in Austin, Texas, we have Platos Closet, and find clothes that you could sell on eBay for more. And it's a little bit tedious. It's probably my least favorite idea, but you can make money this way for sure. Get good at a collector's item stuff, like Jurassic Park toys, Goosebump books, lighters, Zippo lighters. You start looking through eBay and you start recognizing what prices are supposed to be. So if you find one that's cheaper and you buy it and then you resell it on eBay, there's profit. The next things I really want to do is a lawn business, or a cleaning business, like cleaning offices and stuff, window tinting. And the thing is, you don't even have to know how to do this stuff. You just hire someone else to do it. With that, save money. And what I would do is say, hey, I'm going to call you when I have a client, and then I want you to come to the front of my apartment and tint their window, or I'm going to give you their address and you're going to go clean their home, or anything like that. A phone repair is something I'd really like to get into. So you find people who need their phone repaired. I would put a website up, a local area website, where they can come and put in their information. They drop off their phone. You have that guy come to your house. He fixes the phone. He or she fixes the phone, and you pay them half the dough, whatever you've decided. And they go off on their way, and you hand back the phone, and wham, you are making money now. These are some really cool business ideas if you're not so much into creating a product. You could create these services, right? We have products and then we have services. These are services. Let's see. You could build websites for other people. Now, of course, you're going to need a computer. You're going to need experience, but maybe creating your own website for phone repair. You learn how to create websites really well in WordPress. You could sell that service, and businesses pay a lot of money for good websites. And I would, like chiropractors, go to a chiropractor office that you drive by every day. Say, hey, I build websites for a living. Do you want a website built for you? I'll give you a good price. Stuff like that. Dog walking. Again, you're not walking the dogs. You may start out that way, but you're hiring other people to do the dog walking for you. Your job is to find clients. And something that hasn't been done, or at least I don't think it is, but what about a handyman organization where, I don't know, it could be like Favor or Uber Eats, something where you order a handyman to come help you and they show up like Favor and Uber Eats, you know, in a matter of minutes. You have a leaking AC or something, or your incinerator, your grinder in the sink is broken. You just hire one of these people to come help, like a plumber, anything like that. These are businesses that I wish I could do, but I just don't have time to do. Of course, there's always writing books for Amazon. You will figure out what it is. You will start, it's like the universe is a funnel and you're being dropped into the top, and then you just kind of circle around until you get to the tip point. And you really want my tip, right? I always say it's a stupid joke. So you'll get down there and then finally you'll have made it, but you'll never make it until you enter the funnel. And this is the way to do it. So remember, mindset. We have to change that subconscious by writing down those affirmations, saying them right when you wake up, at lunch, and right before you go to bed. Have your index card. Step 2 is to have a job so you can start saving money for your businesses. Step 3 is to pick an idea, one that feels good to you, one that helps other people, one that's not being done right or has never been done at all. Again, that's mostly impossible. Nothing's impossible, but meaning you have to just alter an idea that already exists. Make it better, okay? And the 4th one, probably the most important, because you will change your mindset this way, is to learn by reading books and Audible. Remember, the books you need to read are Think and Grow Rich, The Missing Secret by Dr. Joe Vitale, and Millionaire Fastlane. And if you don't have any money, go to the library. There's no excuse. Number 5 are my tips, which was be playful. Realize that failure is not as big of a deal as we make it out to be. In fact, celebrate your failures, because that means not only are you doing something and you're doing more than what 90% of people in the world do, but you also now know what not to do. And if you want to learn more about manifesting money, you got to become a spiritual warrior by subscribing down below. Hit that button. I'm telling you. You're not gonna regret it. And if you eat too much spaghetti, you get the regretty. And this is your, well, I didn't know how to, I wanted to tell that joke, but I didn't know how to. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. Join the Valentine family. We are huggers here, so, hugs. Yeah. Oh, you're looking good. Wow, you gaining some muscle and losing some weight? You're looking good. Are you on Tinder? Well, that doesn't make sense because you can't look people up on Tinder. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you next time.